Another aspect is the birth of the square from the triangle. When the first threefold creation came down as consciousness, power and creation, or the father, mother and son, then the same separated itself as the observer and the observer. And this fellow observer had his own triangle. So I have my own triangle with you, and you have your own triangle with me when we are existing to each other. That means I am the observer, you are the object of observation, and I have my process of observing you. That is my triangle. You have the same three items with you also. You are observer to yourself, you have your own object of observation in me, and you have your own process of observation in you, action. So a fourth point made its own triangle with the base of this triangle. This is what is called the birth of objectivity, when the whole thing results in a quadrilateral, that is a four-sided figure. So there is the potency of the number 3 in the triangle, and there is the potency of number 4 in the square, working upon each other through objectivity, giving birth to the septenary principle on one side, and giving birth to the four triangle, that is the four-sided figure from every direction, producing the potency of 4, and each triangle producing the potency of 3, giving birth to the sacred number 12. That's why we have 12 months in the year and the various cycles of 12 in time. So we have the 7 rays working through the 12 months of the year, producing the fauna and flora of this earth. This is how the septenary principle works through the sacred 3 and the sacred 4. Time is not much sufficient for us to explain further, but have these concepts in your mind and try to read with devotion the Secret Doctrine and the books of Alice Bailey, where they are described in lucid English, because many of you are not in a position to approach the original Sanskrit text. This is one aspect. Another very interesting aspect of triangle, we are entering into a third aspect. This aspect is from the Tantras, a new subject from the Tantras, which we can call astrobiology. If at all such a name exists anywhere, we can use this name to this subject. The sun, the moon and the earth are expressed as a triangle. It is not only for the mere fancy of the astrologer. Don't mistake for a moment it is astrology simply because we have used the astrological symbols. Remember that astrology has come from the one wisdom, and it is one of the 6 keys to the wisdom, and when it is taken away from the other 5 keys, it is what we call the market astrology of the professional astrologer, which means nonsense. So let us distinguish between true astrology and the market astrology. Here, sun is only a symbol to indicate the I am in you. Moon is only a symbol to indicate your mind. The earth is a symbol, only a symbol to indicate your matter or body, physical body. Have these principles well established in your mind and see, observe how the earth goes round the sun and how the material matter of your body every day enters into your body in the form of your food and drink from this planet Earth, and it goes round the I am in you. And then see how this fellow goes round the earth. Understand how your mind is going round your body daily, feeling all the sensations that the body produces. For example, if I have some itching sensation here, it is the mind that is disturbed by the itching sensation, and the mind has to call the nerves of this hand and demand that it should be scratched. If there is a pain in my knee, the pain exists not in the tissues or the cells of the knee. The pain exists only in the mind. Do you know that the pain in any part of your body exists only in your mind? We are often mistaken that the pain exists in that particular part. Physical matter has no sensation. Do you believe that pain is physical? Then you are wrong. Pain is a sensation, and sensation is never physical. It is vital and mental. Just as every mechanical workshop has its board of red lights to indicate whenever there is something wrong in the machine. When there is something wrong, that particular red light begins to glow. Similarly, whenever there is something wrong in any part of the body, it is only the mind that begins to pain, and the pain is reflected in the corresponding mental knee center. But we feel that the pain is taking place in the knee. Just as when a big conference is being held in Geneva, when I see in my kitchen into the TV, the whole conference appears taking place in my kitchen. This is what is happening in our body, and we are expected to know and have a mastery of what is happening in us. Every moment, the light of the I am of you is incident upon the surface of the moon and reflecting upon the earth. The sun's rays are reaching the earth after touching the moon, and we are calling it the moonshine or moonlight. Similarly, we have many aberrations of the mind in accordance with the environment and the many disturbances, and the result is our moonlight begins to react to the environment. And now you are expected to have a meditational understanding of the three principles, not the physical globes of the planets outside, because the sun globe whom we see is the seventh globe of the sun. The moon globe we see is not only the seventh globe but also the dead globe of a dead planet. And the earth globe upon which we stand is the seventh globe of this earth, just as the body in which we stand is the seventh or the outermost layer of our existence. Day before yesterday we have seen a little bit of it. So, go into meditation with all these principles in your mind. Never concentrate your mind. Relax your mind and you will go into the meditation of these principles. If you concentrate your mind, the most valuable thing you gain is only headache. And after 15 minutes concentration of mind in the name of yoga practice, if you look at the face of the fellow, you feel like asking him, fatigue. That's all. So, never go in for concentrating the mind. Go into the art of relaxation prescribed by Patanjali. And then you will understand that here is a principle called the subject. Here is the object, or your objective body or matter. Here is predicate or action. Moon, the lord of all your behavior and activity. This is one branch of ancient science. And now you are expected to understand that every day the apparent angle between moon and sun changes to you. Today the sun and moon may be on the 1 degree, on the same degree apparently, which you call the new moon or no moon. The next day, this is new moon. Both are on the same side. Both of them rise at the same moment and set at the same moment. No moon. And after 2 days, you will find a little moon fellow appearing for 5 minutes on the western horizon and just going away. Next day, a little more. So, in 7 days, you will find what is called the half moon. Again, after 7 days, you will find the full moon. That is, your earth in the middle, sun on one side and moon on the other side. And again, after 7 days, it is half moon inverted. Again, after 7 more days, no moon. So 4 into 7, 28, producing 30 different phases called the moon phases. In fact, they are not phases to the moon, that they are phases to you and myself, because according to the angle of that day, the mind of every being on this earth behaves. That's the reason why our mind is not the same any 2 days. If today you ask me how Rudolph is, I say he is wonderful. If tomorrow evening you ask me how Rudolph is, I say that's okay. What has happened? The mind is not the same any 2 days. That is what we call, instead of N we put D here. Moods. The moon is the lord of moods for all of us. For those who have practiced the Tantra, not according to the modern Occidental interpretations, but according to the original interpretations of the Tantra, the fellow has crossed all these levels. And the moon and sun and earth, they go round as the hands in the clock, whereas the disc of the clock is the least affected by the hands of the clock. See, it is immaterial to the disc if it is 12 o'clock or 4 o'clock or 2:30. It is the hands that are to go round, but not the background disc. So you will begin to stand one with the background Purusha, and you will reach this state when you follow the triangular practice of the Tantras. And when you know the significance of each of the moon phases, you will easily know how to behave on each moon phase with others, so that you behave with perfect mastery over your own mind. Some days you have to cut jokes with your own people. Some days you have to talk informatively. Some days you have to talk instructively. Some days you can talk more. Some days you have to talk only significantly. But at the same time, you have every necessity to keep everyone pleasant around you. And you for yourself have no business to be serious with anyone. This is how a liberated soul, a God-identified man or a yogi should behave. No one should be dreaded of your presence, and you should not be dreaded of anything or anyone. See how the Bhagavad Gita teaches us about it. If you are not shocked of anyone or anything in this world, and if anyone is not shocked of you and your behavior, then you are called a God man. That is what Bhagavad Gita teaches us. This is what you get by going into the practice of the triangle, knowing how to behave on each moon phase. For example, what happens on new moon? The light of the sun is received by the moon, but it never reaches your earth. It goes back to the sun. That is what happens on new moon. Then what should be your attitude? Your mind should receive your consciousness, I am, but your mind should be turned inward and should be refocused towards the same source from which your mind comes. Where is this source? Patanjali has given us. The Tantras have given us. The source is somewhere about the heart and lungs. So, send your mind to the activity of the heart and lungs. How? By observing the movements of your respiration, you will gradually recede into yourself. And the new moon is the best day for you to practice meditation and keep yourself for a longer period in meditation. And you maintain yourself on liquid diet, nutritious and sufficient to sustain your physique. Let not any solid food block your etheric body, and then see what happens if you make an attempt to make this meditation. In the early days of your practice, you have to close your eyes and sit down to meditate. But after attaining mastery over your mind, you are expected to practice this while behaving with others. because the behavior aspect of your mind can be controlled only while you apply your mind towards the outer world. So, how to talk to others, how to listen while they are talking, how not to get involved in the topics discussed. At the same time, how to get interested in everyone and everything, not to spend life in a bore and monotonous way of a bald and lifeless mechanical procedure in the false name of withdrawal from the world. So, you should protect yourself from the false detachment. At the same time, you should practice true detachment, interested in the indweller of everyone around you. But don't allow your interest involved in anything or anyone. This is what you practice when you follow the science of astrobiology of the Tantras. And it is described that there are 4 triangles with their apexes upward called the 4 Shivas or the 4 Lords. And it is also said that there are 5 triangles with their apexes downward, apex downward, who are called the 5 Shaktis, the 4 aspects of consciousness and the 5 aspects of power. You will be able to understand when you begin to meditate upon the 3 principles in yourself. And finally, you will be able to superimpose these triangles as they begin to function in you. For example, the 4 triangles like this, they begin to operate on you. Similarly, the 5 triangles, that is the 5 triangles of power, they begin to operate in you. And when they are properly and successfully superimposed upon each other, you will get the perfect geometrical figure of the superimposition of this set upon this set. The result gives you 4 into 3 is equal to 12 points of consciousness, and 5 into 3, 15 points of power. The total is 27 points of the astrobiology of your constitution, described in the Sanskrit texts as the 27 nakshatras or lunar mansions, they are called. You have to make a special study of them if you want to approach through the astrological key. And the total picture is called Sri Chakra. You will find it in many Tantra books on the first page. And finally, only 1 point left, and I will clear off that point also in as brief a manner as possible. You remember that the respiration is worked out by the sound potency of 2 syllables. Inhalation works through the sound potency called so, and exhalation works through the sound potency of hum. Exhalation is regulated by the throat center, Observe yourself. While you are exhaling, you will exhale, you will regulate the breath here. While you are inhaling, the regulating center is your nose. They produce the two sounds. And the actual respiration that is going on inside is symbolically represented by the vowels. In Sanskrit, it is written like this. It means I am in you, which is represented by your own respiration. And this is called the Lord in you. And when the respiration passes through the vocal cords, a vibration is produced to make the sound audible, and that vibration is called R1, as is different from the R we produce with this tongue. And when your voice is produced, if you join the two sound potencies, that is the potency of inhalation and the potency of audible sound, you will get a sound like this. And if you combine the exhalation and the sound potency, you will get another sound like this. You should be able to meditate upon these two sound potencies. And the process is called one seed of sound, another seed of sound, and the original is. So you follow the order of number 1, number 2, number 3, and take it as a mantram which is given to you through your own breath. So you have to utter it as Om, Shreem and Hreem. Symbolically in the scripture it is said, this fellow who is called the Purusha or the one is called Shreem and the other is called Hreem. You are expected to pray him with the two wives on either side. And this makes the real triangle of Tantra. And there is no safer and better practice for liberation, purification and tranquil living except this formula. This is in short what the scriptures give us. They need much more explanation for the practical keys, but for the time being, the time permitted is only this much. And let this original triangle with all these 3 seed mantrams be conferred upon you with all its keys by your own Guru someday. Thank you.